Hello everyone and welcome back to another Roblox Prehistoric video. This is Blocks and Builds, and in today's video I'm going to be going over Prehistoric's latest update, the Tyrannosaurus update, as well as talking about the next update and what may be coming in future. Now I know this video is a week late, but I still hope you're able to enjoy it. So without further ado, if you enjoyed this video, do go ahead and leave a like and subscribe and join our Discord server, and let's get straight into the video. Alright, so in the latest Prehistoric update, the Tyrannosaurus was added to the game. Now, I made a video before the update telling everyone about the contents of this update, but I'm going to be going over the contents again. So we've got a Tyrannosaurus here. Now, this Tyrannosaurus is my own custom coloration. It's not a default coloration. And I like the animation of the Tyrannosaurus. It looks very smooth. The tail is quite well animated. I'm gonna run around for a bit now. And as you can see, the tail bobs up and down quite a lot. Now, I'm going to be doing another animation showcase later like I always do, but for now I'm just going to give my thoughts. So I really like the Tyrannosaurus model. I know I've said that in my previous video, but now that I'm actually playing as it feels really smooth. However, one thing that I would change about this model is the snout shape. I don't like how the snout slopes down. It's no big deal, it's still okay, but I would change it to be more rectangular if I were modeling the Tyrannosaurus. Now, another thing I like about the Tyrannosaurus are its colors. It has very good coloration. Like the patterns over here, they are all very customizable, and I like all the different color options. My current skin uses two color palettes, the default and a purple color. Now, as for the survivability and combat of the Tyrannosaurus, I'm going to say that it's actually quite easy to play as, quite easy to survive. However, it's not really that good at combat, because I've tried fighting as the Tyrannosaurus, and trust me, I've had my fair share of dying. The Tyrannosaurus' stats in combat are pretty poor. Its health isn't the best, its damage is not that high either. It does deal bleed, but very minute amounts. Now, I'm gonna come back to the Tyrannosaurus' bleed attacks later. A good thing about the Tyrannosaurus' PvP though, is that its tail attack, this attack right here, has quite a large range. And not just that, it's also pretty fast. However, it's not a lot faster than some faster dinosaurs like the Deinonychus. Now, I'd say Tyrannosaurus is more of a dinosaur built for people who want to explore the map or just hang out with friends, and not so much for people who are into a more combat playstyle. Now, coming along with the Tyrannosaurus, we also have secondary attacks. If you guys don't know what secondary attacks are, I reviewed them in my previous video. They are these extra attacks that you can use to gain a competitive edge in combat. On a PC, you are supposed to use the key F. And as you can see, I just did my secondary attack. Now, the Tyrannosaurus' second attack is actually quite spammable. Different secondary attacks have different cooldown times. And as for the Tyrannosaurus, when it uses its secondary attack, it kind of does a swipe with its front claws, dealing about 5 bleed per hit from what I'm aware. Now, another great thing about this new Tyrannosaurus is the speed at which it levels. Because the Tyrannosaurus is quite weak, it also has a relatively low level requirement. You can get from level 1 to level 50 in roughly a day, which is pretty nice considering how long it takes to level dinosaurs in this game. Now, in future, oh, there's a big crystal there. Now, in future, they're gonna raise the level cap from 50 to 100. I believe before the update, the level cap was 30 or 20, I'm not sure. However, they raised it to 50 in the Tyrannosaurus update, and they're gonna raise it to 80 at some point in the future, and then lastly raise it to 100. Alright, enough talking about the Tyrannosaurus, it's time to carry out the Tyrannosaurus animation showcase. the Tenontosaurus, some other dinosaurs that were given secondary attacks include the Megalosaurus, the Parasaurolophus, the Allosaurus, Baryonyx. The Megalosaurus, Baryonyx, and Allosaurus were given claw attacks, while the Kentrosaurus was given a sweeping tail attack, which I believe you've seen in the previous video. The Parasaurolophus was given a stomp attack, and I don't think either of the Ceratopsians were given any secondary attacks, if I'm not wrong. Alright, so now that we've got our review of the current update in place and completed, it's time to talk about the next update. So according to some statements made by the creator of the game, the next update will include the Iguanodon as well as a new location and some private server changes. So for the Iguanodon, it's said to be the next dinosaur that's coming to the roster of Prehistoria. And not just that, it will come along with a new point of interest. This point of interest will be known as Great Lake, and if I'm not wrong, it should be somewhere in that general direction. Now, as for the Iguanodon, I heard it's supposed to be a sort of middle ground between the Parasaurolophus and the Camptosaurus and the Tenontosaurus. So my guess is that it's going to be a tier 3 or a tier 4 herbivore, and it's going to be prey to some larger dinosaurs. Now the Iguanodon, I'm going to give some background information, is a iguanodontid dinosaur. Believe it or not, Iguanodons are not actually hadrosaurs, but they were an iguanodontid dinosaur that lived during the late Jurassic along with Camptosaurus. Now, besides Iguanodon, we've also got a new dinosaur announced. This new dinosaur isn't actually a dinosaur. Instead, it's a pterosaur, and it will mark the first pterosaur being announced to the game. This pterosaur is Cryodracon, which is an Azhdarchid pterosaur. Now, if you guys don't know what Cryodracon is, or if you guys don't know what an Azhdarchid is, I'm pretty sure all of you have heard of Quetzalcoatlus or Hatzegopteryx at some point. So, Cryodracon is an Azhdarchid along with Quetzalcoatlus and Hatzegopteryx. Together, they form this group of extremely large predatory pterosaurs, and I'm pretty hyped because I love Azhdarchids. However, we don't actually have any leaks or screenshots of the Cryodracon model right now. Alright, beyond the addition of Iguanodon, Great Lake, and the announcement of Cryodracon, we also have some changes to private servers in this game. So I'll start reciting these changes. Alright, so after the next update, private servers in Prehistoria will no longer be free. So to those private server owners, including me, this is going to be quite sad because I can no longer do videos in peace, which is why, as you can see, I'm currently in a public server because I'm trying to get used to not being able to just record in peace and not be disturbed. However, along with the addition to the price of to a private server, not all is lost because now commands will also be added to the private server. Now, there's a lot of commands that I can't really remember, but I'm going to show them on the screen right now. From what I do remember, you'll be able to explode players or kick or ban them, or even remove the death level loss. So I'm pretty sure this will be really helpful for those people who are running private servers for video purposes or private server purposes, maybe realism servers, I'm not quite sure. Anyways, that's all I have for the list of changes to this update and the list of changes in the next update. So if you guys have any opinions about the next update or this update, just do go ahead and drop them in the comments below. But otherwise, I don't have anything much to say for today. So this is Blox and Builds with another Roblox Prehistoria video. I hope you enjoyed. Signing out.